Hello everyone. Welcome to Let's Know the Botany series, where you will get everything about plant sciences. Please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Myself, Dr. Sujit Jadhav, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, SBR College Maswad, Taluka Man, District Satara. The objectives of this particular lecture series, that is to make a complex process converted to simple and understandable language to the common students, designing the entire series with different graphical solutions, the information availability to the graduate and undergraduate students of the botany. Today we are going to discuss about DNA fingerprinting. DNA fingerprinting, it is nothing but it is a technique of determining nucleotide sequences of certain areas of DNA which are unique to each other. Each person has a unique DNA fingerprint. As far as history of DNA fingerprinting is concerned, the process of DNA fingerprinting was invented by Sir Alex Jeffrey at the University of Leicester in 1985. He is a British geneticist who developed techniques for genetic fingerprinting and DNA profiling, which are now used worldwide in forensic sciences. So, this is the outline of the entire process of DNA fingerprinting, which we are going to discuss it one by one. Before that, we will discuss first of all the principles of DNA fingerprinting. A genome possesses numerous small non-coding but inheritable sequences of bases which are repeated many times. These sequences occur near telomere, centromeres, Y chromosome and heterochromatic area. The area with same sequence of bases repeated several times and it is called as repetitive DNA. They can be separated as a satellite from the bulk DNA during density gradient centrifugation and hence called as satellite DNA. In satellite DNA, repetition of bases is in tandem. Depending upon length, base composition and numbers of tandemly repetitive units, satellite DNAs have subcategories like microsatellites and minisatellites. Satellite DNAs show polymorphism. The term polymorphism is used when a variant at a locus is present with a frequency of more than 0.01 populations. Variations occur due to mutations. Mutations in the non-coding sequences have piled up with time and form the basis of DNA polymorphism. DNA polymorphism is the basis of genetic mapping of human genome as well as DNA fingerprinting. There are different types of DNA fingerprinting. The main types of DNA fingerprinting methods in use at this time are RFLP, that is restriction fragment length polymorphism, then PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction, then amplified FLP, that is amplified fragment length polymorphism, and STR means short tandem repeat. Now we are going to discuss about different steps involved in DNA fingerprinting. First of all, cells are broken down to release DNA. If only a small amount of DNA is available, it can be amplified, first by using techniques like PCR into several copies. Later, the DNA is cut into fragments using restriction enzymes. Each restriction enzyme cuts DNA at a specific base sequence as shown in this particular figure. The sections of DNA that cut out are called as restriction fragments. Thousands of restriction fragments of different size may be produced of long or short size. Later, fragments are separated on the basis of their size using a process called as gel electrophoresis. DNA fragments are injected into wells and an electric current is applied along the gel. DNA is negatively charged, so it is attracted to the positive end of the gel. The shorter DNA fragments move faster than the longer fragments. Thus, DNA is separated on the basis of size. A radioactive material is added which combines with DNA fragments to produce a fluorescent image. A photographic copy of the DNA bands is obtained. In the next stage, the pattern of fragment distribution is then analyzed as it is shown in the figure. There are different biological materials that have been used for DNA profiling, and these materials are nothing but blood, hair, saliva, semen, body tissue cells, etc. As far as DNA fingerprinting is concerned, it has been useful in individuality. Like skin fingerprinting, DNA fingerprinting can help to distinguish one human being from another with exception of monozygotic twins. Then paternity and maternity disputes are there. DNA fingerprinting can identify the real genetic mother, father and the offsprings. In human lineage, DNA from various probables is being studied to find out human lineage. In hereditary diseases, DNA fingerprinting can be applied. The technique is being used to identify genes connected with hereditary diseases. In forensics also, DNA fingerprinting can be applied. DNA fingerprinting is very useful in the detection of crime and legal pursuits. In the history, DNA fingerprinting has proved that Dhanu, the human bomb, was the real murderer of Sri Rajiv Gandhi, the former Prime Minister of India. In sociological aspects also DNA fingerprinting can be applied. It can identify racial groups, their origin, historical migration and invasions also. Genography is the study of migratory history of human species. Thus, concluding this particular lecture, the DNA fingerprinting is a very useful technique that clear differences in two DNA genomes which are further may be useful for analyzing different applications. Thank you. Thank you very much.